Talk, the science of conversation and the art of being ourselves. The content focuses on understanding the intricacies of conversation, exploring its scientific underpinnings and its role in human connection. The author reflects on personal experiences and conversational dynamics that illustrate the complexities of human communication. The narrative begins with a heartwarming yet humorous anecdote about a child's misunderstanding of language, leading to the realization that conversations are fraught with missteps, misunderstandings, and emotional stakes. Through an exploration of relationships, conversational contexts, and purposes, the text emphasizes the significance of being attentive to one's conversational partner and adapting to the fluid nature of dialogue. The author shares stories of personal miscommunication, particularly with a friend regarding her engagement, highlighting the importance of context and the unspoken goals that guide conversations. As the narrative unfolds, it becomes clear that skillful conversation involves navigating myriad micro-decisions, understanding emotional undercurrents, and ultimately fostering stronger relationships. The text outlines the necessity for effective feedback and learning in honing conversational skills, revealing that beyond mere exchanges of information, conversations can also shape relationships, emotional states, and social connectivity. As the author transitions into discussing a new course aimed at improving conversational skills, they detail an innovative framework called Talk, which stands for Topics, Asking, Levity, and Kindness. This structure provides a roadmap for more vibrant and effective interactions. The closing thoughts reflect on the enduring bond between the author and their daughter, coming full circle to illustrate how communication evolves over time, fostering deeper connections enriched by both joy and humor. In Chapter 1 of the text, titled The Coordination Game, the concept of conversation is explored from its historical evolution to its modern-day implications. Initially, conversation was considered a high art, characterized by elevated exchanges among intellectuals and aristocrats, focusing on topics like opera, poetry, and politics, free from rigid hierarchies. The chapter highlights key thinkers, such as Kant and Madame de Staël, who emphasized mutual pleasure in conversation and established rules to enhance communicative efficiency. As society evolved, especially post-French Revolution, conversations shifted to include a broader range of participants, leading to the emergence of what behavioral scientists now refer to as coordination games, situations where individuals must make simultaneous decisions without communication. This analogy is applied to daily conversations, illustrating their complexity and dynamism. The text further delves into the intricacies of conversational dynamics through concepts like the conversational compass, which categorizes conversational goals along relational and informational axes. It emphasizes that effective conversations require self-reading, mind-reading, and room reading as they unfold in diverse and unpredictable contexts. Finally, the chapter introduces the talk maxims, topics, asking, levity, and kindness, as guidelines to optimize conversational interactions and help individuals navigate the multifaceted landscape of modern communication. Overall, the chapter serves as a foundational exploration of conversational theory and practice in a changing social environment. In Chapter 2, T is for Topics, the author reflects on the challenges and dynamics of conversation among students in a class setting. The chapter starts with a skeptical student named Josh questioning the value of brainstorming topics ahead of time. The instructor introduces a chat circle exercise, where students engage in a series of structured recorded conversations designed to enhance their understanding of conversational dynamics and their own topic preparation skills. Despite initial discomfort, the students end up enjoying the exercise, revealing that thoughtful preparation can enhance conversational quality. The narration draws on theories and examples, likening successful conversation management to a game where topics are critical pieces. The chapter elaborates on the importance of effective topic management and the misconception that good conversationalists rely solely on spontaneity. The author advocates for topic forethought, suggesting it enables smoother transitions in conversations, fosters deeper connections, and enhances the overall experience. The narrative is enriched with anecdotes, including both successful and unsuccessful conversational exchanges, highlighting that even seemingly mundane small talk can lead to significant and rewarding discussions if managed well. In the end, the chapter underscores a practical framework for engaging in conversation, emphasizing that topics are not just subjects of discussion. They serve as the framework through which connections are built. Chapter 3, titled A is for Asking, delves into the interplay of inquiry and conversation, illustrated through the professional interactions between interviewer Terry Gross and actress Carrie Fisher. The chapter highlights Fisher's tumultuous life, deeply marked by her parents' divorce, her rise to fame as Princess Leia in Star Wars, and her struggles with substance abuse and mental health. The narrative captures their several interviews over 3 decades, providing insight into the personal and sensitive topics they navigated together. In these interviews, Gross skillfully posed intimate questions about Fisher's life, from her struggles with addiction to her relationships in Hollywood. The author emphasizes the importance of asking questions in conversation, suggesting that they enable deeper engagement and understanding between speakers. The text articulates that asking questions is a powerful tool that not only garners information, but also fosters relationships, drawing parallels between Gross's approach and the broader implications of question asking in social interactions. The chapter concludes by discussing various types of questions, emphasizing that sensitivity in questioning can lead to greater intimacy in conversations, even when there are fears about crossing boundaries. It encourages readers to seek opportunities to ask questions in various contexts to improve conversations and connections. Chapter 4, titled L is for Levity, delves into the pivotal role that humor and lightheartedness play in the context of human conversation, specifically focusing on dating scenarios. It begins by inviting readers to reflect on the amusing dynamics of first dates, particularly through the lens of speed dating, where interactions unfold rapidly amid pressure and expectation. The author describes a study conducted by Stanford researchers who recorded 1,100 speed dates to analyze how conversational elements foster interpersonal attraction. Anecdotes from observed dates illustrate that light jokes, shared experiences, and playful banter can create connections even in the short span of 4 minutes. Through an exploration of the conversation between 2 daters, Tom and Cassie, the chapter highlights how an admission of awkwardness can enhance mutual enjoyment and bonds. A key takeaway from the interactions is the importance of levity, the lightness and fun injected into conversations, as it keeps discussions energetic and engaging. The author references psychological research indicating that levity not only alleviates dull conversations, but also promotes emotional well-being and creativity. Crucially, the chapter discusses the societal shift towards diminishing levity as adults age, often due to increased responsibilities and the pressure of serious contexts, which discourages playful exchanges. It argues that maintaining a lighthearted atmosphere is beneficial for nurturing relationships and encourages individuals to embrace humor, share compliments, and lift spirits to fortify social bonds. By choosing to prioritize enjoyment and lightness, people can enhance their interactions, ensuring that conversations remain vibrant and authentic. In Chapter 5, titled K is for Kindness, the narrative explores the poignant conversation between Anderson Cooper and Stephen Colbert, shedding light on their shared experiences with grief and the significance of kindness in human interaction. Following the death of Cooper's mother, he invites Colbert, who has also endured profound losses, to discuss how their grief has shaped them. The dialogue unfolds in a setting free of an audience, allowing for a genuine exchange of emotions. Throughout the conversation, the 2 men reflect on their past tragedies, the impact of loss on their identities, and the irrelevant scars they wish marked their lives. Colbert responds to Cooper's feelings with empathy and understanding, offering a perspective of gratitude even amidst suffering. The conversation, characterized by warmth and mutual respect, not only resonates with millions, but also inspires Cooper to launch a podcast on the themes of loss and grief titled All There Is. This chapter emphasizes the moral of kindness as a potent force in conversations, intertwined with effective communication practices that prioritize understanding and respect for others. In this brief chapter, the author reflects on the intricacies of conversation, emphasizing its nature as a complex coordination game. The author revisits the 4 crucial talk maxims that aid in navigating this game effectively: topics, asking, levity, and kindness. Topics serve as the foundational elements of conversation, while asking facilitates a smooth transition between these topics, helping to unearth valuable insights. The inclusion of levity introduces a sense of enjoyment and mitigates boredom, and kindness ensures that participants remain respectful and responsive during discussions. Looking ahead, the author introduces the upcoming chapters, which promise to delve into challenging conversational scenarios, particularly those involving groups, disagreements, and the importance of apologies in relationship building. The chapter encourages readers to take a moment to pause and gather their thoughts, preparing for the exploration of more complex conversational dynamics. In Chapter 6, titled Many Minds, the author delves into the complexities of group conversations compared to dyadic interactions, exploring how dynamics shift when groups come together. The narrative begins in a talk course where students share their personal discomforts in social settings, particularly at parties. This leads to an exploration of party panic, wherein individuals navigating unstructured environments feel isolated and anxious. A pivotal moment arises when one student, Raj, tests a classmate Annie's advice about interrupting groups to join conversations, discovering that group interactions can be more dynamic and welcoming than anticipated. The chapter subsequently examines group conversations' inherent challenges, including the coordination of dialogue, unequal airtime among participants, and the impact of social hierarchies. As group size increases, the complexity of communication escalates, with varying degrees of engagement and understanding among members. The text brings forth the concept of status hierarchies, which influence speaking patterns, participation, and the dynamics of leadership in discussions. In particular, the barriers women face in group conversations are highlighted, revealing how gender dynamics play into perceptions of authority and participation. Additionally, the chapter illustrates the importance of fostering inclusive environments where every voice can be heard, emphasizing the role of high-status individuals in encouraging participation from lower-status members. Strategies such as acknowledging contributions, sharing vulnerabilities, and ensuring psychological safety are proposed as essential to facilitate meaningful group interactions. The author concludes by noting the chaotic nature of group conversations, but encourages readers to embrace it, advocating for increased self-awareness regarding status dynamics and the promotion of a stewardship mindset in conversations. In Chapter 7, titled Difficult Moments, the author describes an exercise in a talk class aimed at teaching students how to engage in productive conversations about divisive issues. The exercise encourages students to share their opinions on 15 controversial topics and to prepare for discussions despite their anxiety about facing differing views. Through structured dialogue in small groups, students are taught not only to articulate their stances, but also to listen deeply and manage personal emotions while discussing contentious issues. The chapter emphasizes that disagreements are often avoided due to the inherent discomfort they bring. However, the author notes that a careful, respectful approach can facilitate better understanding even in the heat of debate. Conversations about polarizing topics are likened to exploring different layers of depth, where opinions, emotions, motives, and identity differences lie. The author provides insights on how miscommunication can arise at various levels and introduces the receptiveness recipe, a set of practices to enhance meaningful dialogue. These practices encourage acknowledgement, affirmation, positive framing, and sharing personal stories, thereby helping participants navigate difficult discussions with kindness and openness. The overall message advocates for embracing discomfort as an opportunity for learning and connection, advancing the idea that even emotionally charged exchanges can yield productive outcomes if conducted with intentional receptiveness and respect. The text explores the complexities of conversations surrounding identity, particularly in situations where differing perspectives can lead to misunderstandings and tensions. It opens with a discussion between two brothers, Daniel and Raymond, who are at odds over their mother's elder care. This familial conflict exemplifies deeper identity issues, reflecting how different beliefs and values make conversations tense and complicated. The author recounts a personal experience from their early career as a professor, where an offhand comment made during a lecture led to an unexpected confrontation with students from the LGBTQ+ community. The after effects of this incident reveal how quickly perceptions of trust can be undermined when identities are not acknowledged and respected. Throughout the narrative, it is illuminated that conversations that cross identity lines can be fraught with risk. Misinterpretations can escalate emotions and create not only personal grievances, but also a broader distrust between individuals and their communities. At the same time, the author presents strategies for navigating these tricky conversational waters, emphasizing the importance of perspective-taking and receptiveness to foster understanding and community. The text ultimately serves as a guide for improving conversational skills, highlighting the need to engage with others' identities and experiences to create a more inclusive and understanding environment. By learning how to manage emotions and facilitating reciprocal dialogues, the text argues that one can achieve deeper connections while mitigating the risk of alienation or misunderstanding. Chapter 8 of the text dives deep into the complexities of apologies within relationships, illustrated by the story of Tashira and Drew, a couple undergoing therapy. Their relationship struggles, resulting from misunderstandings and unresolved grievances, exemplify how minor disputes can stem from a lack of effective communication and shared responsibilities. The chapter explores the significance of apologies as crucial reparative tools in relationships, highlighting that genuine apologies not only acknowledge harm, but also foster understanding, trust, and commitment to change. Through therapy sessions, Tashira's journey to providing sincere apologies reveals how empathy, self-awareness, and accountability can restore connection and strengthen relational bonds. The narrative emphasizes that apologies should prioritize the feelings of the one hurt and focus on future behaviors rather than simply seeking forgiveness, ultimately presenting the transformative power of authentic communication in repairing relationships. The text discusses a deeply personal experience of the author reconnecting with a friend after years apart, illustrating how meaningful conversations contribute to human well-being. It presents a pivotal finding in psychological research by Shigehiro Oishi and Aaron Westgate, which identifies psychological richness as a third pillar of well-being alongside happiness and meaning. Psychological richness emphasizes the importance of diverse experiences, showing that a fulfilling life includes variety, new experiences, and emotional depth. The author explains that enriching conversations come from engaging with a range of people and topics, contributing to a wider array of feelings, which ultimately enhances happiness. Moreover, the text addresses common fears and misconceptions about conversational skills, revealing that people often underestimate their conversational abilities compared to their skills in other areas. The author reassures readers that even minor improvements in conversations lead to significant benefits over time, advocating for a mindset that embraces imperfections. The talk maxims, or guidelines for meaningful conversations, serve as reminders rather than strict rules, emphasizing the importance of practice and reflection. Ultimately, the text calls for individuals to illuminate their social worlds through vibrant and diverse conversations.